All right, folks. So once again, I want to say welcome. I'm excited that you're here. My name is Fred Noble. I have a company called Noble's New Sound Music Studio, and I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. I actually live in a small little town called Summerville, South Carolina. It's about 20 miles east of Charleston, South Carolina. Um, so I always like to start here to let people know a little bit about who I am because for most of you, this is your first time interacting with me. But like I said, my name is Fred Noble. I live here in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm married. I have three wonderful kids, and I always start here at the age of 5 years old. I began taking piano lessons with my father, who recently passed about 3 years ago. And at that time, I wasn't really serious about playing the piano. But one day when I was 10 years old, walking outside about to play basketball. And my father took the basketball in my hand and said, "Hey, let's learn to play the piano." So just to look at and the sternness in his voice at that time, I said, "Well, I better take this serious." So I sat at the piano, and that's where my piano journey began, ladies and gentlemen. I began playing at various churches in the low country here with my father. And at the age of 16, my father took sick. So at that time, we were playing at a very large church, and I had to take the lead role as lead musician. So as a 16-year-old, that's a whole lot of responsibility. But I took the challenge and I learned a whole lot. I learned about discipline, musicianship was developed. So that's when I really grew and really began to love music and learning to play the piano as well. So after that, I graduated from high school and I had a love for music. So I pursued that at a university here in South Carolina, named Claflin University. So I went there on a full music scholarship, got to tour the whole United States of America as a concert pianist. Also played with the gospel choir and the jazz band as well. So I moved back to Charleston, and I decided I wanted to teach at a charter school. I landed a job there, helped build their music program, and did that for about 5 years. We got a call one day and said, "Hey, the school is closing down. We're going to make a shift, and we got to close the school down." So I prayed, and I always wanted to live my dream of opening my own music studio. So that's what I did. This is where you see that picture of me standing in our first music studio. And ladies and gentlemen, I opened that business with $500 and a lot of faith, a lot of friends and support. And we served over that time over 500 kids in the local Charleston areas with an art school, after school for the arts, and we did summer camps as well. So in 2018, I wanted to move on to something else. I wanted to move on to the online space. So I got with a good friend of mine. She helped me to create my own online music program. And it took me about a year to do that, but we launched it right before the pandemic hit in 2020, when the world went upside down. So by the grace of God, we opened that. We have an online platform as well. I still do a little bit of live teaching on Saturdays, but mostly we're online now, and we're able to serve a whole lot more people. So I'm very passionate about this. I love what I do. I love teaching beginners. I have taught numerous beginners, adults, children, all the way. I have students all the way from the age of 3 all the way up to 80 years old. So I'm once again, thank you for being here. Before we get into today's session, if you would type in the chat, what is some of your goals that you are looking for to do in learning the piano? So matter of fact, you can just open the mic up if you want to share. We have a kind of a small group here tonight. If you just want to share one by one, just tell us who you are, what's some of your goals and why you want to learn the piano.
Does it matter who starts?
Oh, you can go, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Debbie. I've always wanted to learn since I was very young. We couldn't afford a piano. So recently I just bought a keyboard. I was like, okay, I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn. So I would just
Yes.
like to play, regular songs for myself, for my own joy and pleasure.
Wow, that's amazing goals, Miss Debbie. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. You're in the right space. Thank you. All right,
Thank
anybody else?
I'll jump
Hi,
in.
I'll go. Oh,
Okay,
sorry, go
go
ahead.
ahead. You can go
Hi,
ahead.
I'm Naisha.
Okay.
I'm from Orlando, Florida. Some of my goals is just to learn the basics, but also get into jazz. I previously played sax in high school and throughout middle school, so I kind of want to get back into music, and I think jazz piano would be pretty fun.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, jazz is matter of fact, my son, he goes to one of the local art schools, and that's what he really loved is jazz. So jazz is very is a very great genre as well. So yeah, awesome. Thank you for sharing.
No problem.
All right. Anyone else? Just unmute the mic and be free to talk.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
Good to
sir.
be here. Yes, yes. Nice to meet you. I appreciate you having this space for us. As I stated in the chat, my name is Dakari. Uh, I live in Chicago, Illinois. And I'm in this space because honestly, I've been playing the piano since I was about 5 years old, but I learned how to play reading music, and I had a instructor who was very structured. So I feel confident with reading music, but I want to actually build my musicianship. So I'm appreciating just coming and, going over the basics as far as scales so I can continue to grow in the genre of gospel and jazz. So
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Once again, you're in the right space. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Awesome, man. Awesome, awesome. All right. Anyone else? If not, you can type it in the chat. So we're gonna go ahead and get started because I don't like wasting people time, and this is something I'm definitely passionate about. Um, and I would say to you, if I go too fast, just say, "Hey, slow down, hold up," because I get very excited. This is something that I'm very excited about. Sharing my gift with people. So we're gonna jump right in, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight, I just want to kick it off with the right mindset. I always like to talk about this briefly, but I always go here with my students because I always run into a lot of people that say, "Yo, I started piano, but I stopped." For this and this reason, and then they pick it back up, and I'm glad they pick it back up. But this time, I want you to finish. I want you to reach your goal, whatever that is. Some of you shared with us what it is, and that's your why. And what I want you to do, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to do it right now, but what I want you to do is get you an index card, and on your keyboard or piano, I want you to write down your why. Why am I doing piano lessons, or why am I taking piano lessons? And you might have to put some good thought in it, but you can do it afterwards, or you just jot down some notes. And what I want you to do over the next 21 days, we're going to do something else, but over the next 21 days, I want you to read your why out loud. Okay, because you know why? Because there are some times where you're not going to feel like practicing. It might be a piece of music where you say, "Man, this is hard. I don't feel like doing it." But you got to get back to your why. This is my why, and this is why I am doing it. And then once you have your why, it's going to build belief in you. Okay, all right. You're going to build belief. You're going to have confidence, and that belief and that confidence is going to be there so that you can go forward in your dream. Okay. And then the next thing is having a vision. I want you to have everybody just to take a second and see yourself in another space, okay? Imagine yourself 3 to 5 years from now. Where will I be form as in regards of playing the piano? Where do I see myself? Miss Debbie said she just wanted to do it for herself, and that's great. But eventually that vision evolves over time. Miss Debbie, in 3 to 5 years, you might be playing at Christmas time for your family members. Who knows? Or the car, by that time, next 3 to 5 years, my brother, you could be having the next gospel hit, as a producer. It's the sky is the limit, guys, but you got to have that why. You got to build belief. That builds that belief, and you got to have a vision. And with that vision has to come clarity. You got to have a clear vision, because you know why? Distractions are going to come. Something is going to come up and try to get you off course. But if you have a clear vision and understand your why, nothing will stop you. Okay. I'll tell you a short story real quick. When I wanted to make the transition from going from teaching music in a public school setting to being on my own, I had naysayers. Okay, I had naysayers tell me, "Oh man, you're not gonna do that. That's a hobby. You'll never make money doing that. You won't do that." But guess what? I'm a type of person. If my mind is made up, you're not going to change my mind, because that's my belief. That's my vision. Okay. So my goal is, guys, I want you to live out your vision in playing the keyboard. Okay. A lot of teachers, they just teach, but I want you to have the right mindset, because I want you to reach your goal and I want you to finish. All right. So with that being said, I want us to say this, and I will email this to you. I'll give you the website at the end, because that one is wrong. I need to change it, but I'll give it to you at the end. Okay. But this is our piano declaration. All right. And I want you to read this for the next 21 days. Now you may say, why 21 days? Because research says anything that you do over a 21-day period, it becomes a habit. Okay, so I want you to read this. Everybody have smartphones now, so you can go to your app store, get a recording, and begin to recite this. Okay, because you become what you say, you become what you speak. So if you want to unmute your mic, you can. If not, you can keep it muted. But I'm going to say it one time, and then I want you to say it after me. But I just don't want you to say it, guys. I want you to envision yourself in this statement. Okay, so the first one is, I am a confident piano player. Good. I am playing the piano with ease.
I am playing the piano with ease.
Good. I am playing my favorite songs.
I am playing my favorite
songs.
Good. I am using correct fingering.
I am using correct
fingering.
Good. I am playing difficult songs.
I am
playing difficult
songs.
Good. I am learning to play songs out my comfort zone.
I'm learning to play songs out of my comfort zone.
Good. I am writing my own songs.
I am writing my own songs.
Yes, you are writing your own songs. Okay, it's very simple. I'm gonna give you the play-by-play tonight. All right, awesome. So I am an excellent piano player.
I am an excellent piano player.
Good. I am calm and relaxed while playing the piano.
I am calm and relaxed while playing the piano.
Right. Okay. So you see this is a shirt line that I made. Relax, just play. Okay. All right. But a lot of people, they get stressed out, but I want you to be relaxed. Okay. Even right now. Okay. I don't want you to be stressed on this class right here. I want you, if you got to take a couple deep breaths, it's going to be all right, because we're learning together. All right. And next, I am having fun playing the piano.
I am
I am
having
having fun
fun
playing the piano.
playing the piano.
Playing the piano should be enjoyable, guys. Okay. And so what I want to encourage you this, you can do this. You're amazing. Way to go. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our class tonight. And we're gonna start with theory, okay? Because I always like to lay a foundation of theory because I have a course that I created called Play with Understanding, okay? Play with Understanding and Purpose. All right. So a lot of keyboard players, a lot of people in different spaces and different genres, they can play very well. But one of the things that is lacking, that I come across a lot of musicians, and I come across a lot of musicians that they lack what they're playing. Okay, so you need to have an understanding of what you're playing. And what I like to teach is that once you learn something, you should be able to teach it to someone else. Okay, you should be able to duplicate it. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And this is a great tool as well, guys. This website here, musictheory.net. Just give me 1 second. All right. So yeah, if you're gonna write this down, it's musictheory.net. It's loaded with a lot of theory stuff. It's free, and I'll kind of walk you through it. Okay. So what we're gonna start with the staff, the clefs, and the ledger lines tonight. Okay, we're gonna talk about that briefly, and then we're going to talk about note duration, and then we're gonna talk about the major scale. Okay, and I'll show you the fingering and stuff as well as pertains to the keyboard. All right, so let's start with the staff, clefs, and ledger lines. Okay, so what is a staff? Okay, so a staff, ladies and gentlemen, consists of 5 lines. Okay, 5 lines, and we count the lines from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 lines, and in between those lines are 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is where the notes are placed on the staff. Okay. So once again, a staff is 5 lines and 4 spaces. This is where music is written. Music is written on what we call a staff. Okay. All right. I want everybody to understand that. Now, every line or space on the staff represents a white key on the keyboard. Okay. All right. It represents a white key on the keyboard from C all the way to the next C. Okay. It represents a white key on the keyboard. And we're going to look at this a little bit more. Now, if you have questions, please just open your mic and ask, because I want to make sure we're understanding as we go along. Okay. So that's the staff. A staff is 5 lines and it has 4 spaces, and the white keys represent where the notes are on the keyboard. Now, we have clef signs, okay? And so tonight we're gonna look at the treble clef notes, okay? We're gonna look at the treble clef. We have a treble clef and we have a bass clef. So what's the difference? The treble clef is used to play the right hand notes, okay? Everything from middle C, which we will learn, middle C on to the right, and the bass clef is used to play the lower notes, the bass clef notes, okay? So this is the treble clef and this is the bass clef. Now they have other clefs, but for where we are, we're going to talk about the treble clef and the bass clef. All right. Now.
So is treble.
Go ahead.
So is treble clef notes like B and on, or?
So yeah. So treble clef notes. Let me pull up. That's a great question. Should have had this up already. Apologize. Here we go. Just take 1 second. I want to pull my keyboard up. All right. Good. Okay. So I got to turn the keyboard on. That'll help. All right. So treble clef consists of middle C. All right. On all the way up the keyboard. All right. That's treble clef. So, and I'm gonna show you where middle C is on the staff, where middle C is located on the staff in a little bit, okay? But to answer your question, from middle C, all right, that's where the treble clef notes are. Now, from middle C on down this way is where the bass clef notes are.
So Fred, your right hand is treble, and then the left is bass.
There you go. Yes, ma'am. I wasn't going to get
Okay.
into that, right? Your right hand, you made a great point. Your right hand is your treble, okay? All right. Your left hand plays the bass. Okay. Your left hand plays the bass, all right? So we got the treble and the bass. So I'm gonna show you a piece of music in a moment where, you know, this is where you read off the treble and the bass clef, but you gotta know where the notes are first, okay? All right. So let me share this with you. All right. So I believe every musician should be able to do these four things. Number one, read music. Number two, play by ear. Number three, improvise. And number four, read off chord charts. Okay, if you can do those four things, you know, you are top of the line. Okay, because most musicians can either only read music, not play by ear, or vice versa. Play by ear, but can't read music or read off a chord chart. So my goal is to train you in all four areas. Okay. So anyone has any other questions? Okay. All right. Good. So the two treble clefs we have, the two clefs, we have the treble clef and we have the bass clef. All right. So first we will discuss the treble clef, and this is also called the G clef. And it's called the G clef because it's wrapped around the G line. And we're going to go over this in a minute. Okay. So this is the note G, guys. Okay. And I'm going to switch this because I want to show you another way real quick. Okay. So we're going to move to the exercises real quick and the note identification. All right. So we're going to learn the space notes real quick. Okay. Just let me get it real quick. Okay. We got the spaces. Good. All right. And so we have first, let me get this little pencil thing up here. All right. So let's talk about the music alphabet. The music alphabet are A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Okay, so there's 7 letters in the music alphabet. 7 letters are in the music alphabet. The music alphabet again are A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And repeat, okay? Because there's no H, I, J, K, L, M, O, P in the music alphabet, ladies and gentlemen. There are only 7 letters in the music alphabet, okay? A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, okay? 7 letters or 7 notes, okay? However you want to refer to it. Now, let's talk about the space notes, okay? As we're talking about the staff, okay? And in regards to the staff. All right, let's talk about the space notes. All right, so space notes, we have F, we have A, we have C, and we have E. Okay, so we have F, A, C, E. These are the space notes, okay? The space notes, F, A, C, E. And we know that that spells space, okay? Now I'm gonna show you a way that you'll be able to read music quickly, all right? If you only know, if you only can recognize the space notes, okay? By learning the space notes only. So F goes in the first space. This is space 1 for F. We have 4 spaces. Let's number our spaces. This is 2, this is space 3, and this is space 4. Okay, so we have F in the first space, we have A in the second space, we have C in the third space, and we have E in the fourth space. Okay, so we have the word face. F is in the first space, A is in the second space, C is in the third space, E is in the fourth space. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our space notes, we're gonna use our space notes to find our line notes, okay? And I'm gonna show you that in a little bit. But we're gonna go over the space notes, okay? So I'm gonna leave this up here for right now, and I want someone to unmute their mic, and I want you to tell me the names of the notes. The first round, I'm gonna leave this up, and then the second time, I'm gonna take it off, all right? We're gonna practice together. So if everybody wanna open their mics, let's practice together real quick by doing the notes like this, and then I'm gonna take it off and see if we can do it, okay? So what is this note right here, guys?
A.
A. Good. What's this note?
F.
Good. What's this note?
B.
Good. What's this note?
F.
Good job. What's this note?
A.
Good job. 4 more. We're doing good.
C.
Good job.
A.
Hey, you guys are super smart. What's this?
E.
Yes. All right. 2 more.
C.
Yes. And the last one.
A.
All right. We're going to magically disappear. All right. We're going to disappear. All right. I believe you guys can do it. Here we go. All right. What is this note?
E.
Good job.
C.
Good job.
A.
Yes.
E.
E.
Good job. 4 more.
F.
F.
Good job.
C.
C.
3 more.
F.
Good job. 2 more.
E.
And the last one.
F.
F.
Great job. All right. Now we're going to keep moving. All right. And we're going to add the lines. Okay. Now, how do we do this? Now, all we're going to do, guys, I'm not going to teach you the line notes. Okay. Where they are. You're going to use the space notes to find your line notes. So for example, let's write out our note name. Okay. And all you're going to do is simple adding, subtracting. Okay. Very simple. All right. So we're going to write out our notes. We have A, we have B, we have C, we have D, we have E, we have F, and sorry, I have my pen hooked up, so I'm doing it on my computer, taking so long. All right, so anyway, now let's use our space notes to find our line note. So above this space note, what is this space note right here?
F.
F. So we go back one, this line note should be
E. E.
yes, that's it. E. Good job. E. All right. So that's how we're going to use it to do our lines and space notes. So let's go with it. Okay. All right. We said this is E. All right. What note is this?
B.
Good job. All right. What note is this?
E. E.
Good. What note is this?
A.
Good job. What note is this?
E. E.
Good. Right?
E.
E.
Good job. You guys are killing it. 5 more.
G.
Good job. 3 more.
F.
Good. 2 more.
B.
Good. And this one.
E.
Good job. All right. So if everybody understands that, just type a 1 in the chat real quick so I know I can move on. All right. You got that? We just want to keep on building. All right. We want to keep on going. Just type that 1 in the chat real quick. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Good job, good job, good job. All right. Awesome, awesome. So we're going to get into rhythms real quick, and then we're going to get into scales, okay? All right. And then we're going to play a song or two, all right? All right. So, where am I? I need to go to lessons. Okay. So let's talk about note duration because this is very important too. Okay. So the length of time that a note is played is called its note duration, which is determined by the type of note. The first note we have is the longest note duration in modern music. And we're going to keep it in 4/4 timing, okay? And I'll break that down. That just means that it's 4 beats per measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? 4/4 timing with the time signature. That's all it means. It's just 4 beats in one particular measure. All right, so that's the whole note, okay? In 4/4 timing, the whole note receives 4 counts, okay? The next one is the half note. So if the whole note receives 4 counts, how many beats do you think the half note receives?
2.
2, right, 2 counts, all right? So then we break it down some more. We have whole note, 4 beats here, half note, 2 beats, 1, 2, 2, 2 plus 2 equals 4. So we break this down some more, and we have the quarter note. In 4/4 timing, the quarter note receives 1 beat each, okay? So if you have 4 quarter notes, how many times are you going to clap in a 4/4 timing?
4.
4 times, right? Each note gets a beat. Okay? So if I'm doing a whole note and I'm playing C, 1, 2, 3, 4, half note, 1, 2, 3, 4, quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Then we break it down, ladies and gentlemen, into the flag, or what we call eighth notes. Okay. And eighth notes they get half of the beat. All right. But 2 eighth notes we count it as 1 and. Okay. So we split it. It's split. Okay. 1 and. So 1 and 1 and. Okay. All right. And then we break it down further with the 2 flags in 16th notes. How do we count 4 16th notes? Is usually broken down into 4 16th notes. We count it as 1 E and A. 1 E and A. So that sounds like this. 1 E and A. 1 E and A. 1 E and A. Go back to the half notes. 1 and the quarter note gets 1. Okay.
So am I holding any of the foot pedals?
No, not
Okay.
right now. Yeah, no, not right now. No need to hold down the sustain pedals for right now.
Okay.
Yeah, good question. All right. So to break all of this down, guys, okay, the whole note, and I'm gonna try to draw it again. Okay. So the whole note, 1, 2, 3. God, I wish I had my pen. 4. Okay. So which number will I circle? Beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, or beat 4? Which number will I play on?
What?
1.
1, right? Exactly. And then we hold the remainder of the beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? Everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you hold that first that you play the first beat, then you hold out the remainder of the beats. So in essence, it's going to sound like this. Now, everything that we learned, we're going to do it again. Okay. So I'm gonna recap it. That's why I'm just laying the foundation with the theory. So once we get to the actual piano, we're going to use these notes. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a whole note. Now we break this whole note down into a half note, but still our goal is 4. We're in 4/4 timing. Okay. We're still in 4/4 timing. All right. That means 4 beats per measure. Okay. So we break it down right here. Still gonna equal 4. All right. So what number would I play on here, guys?
1 and 3.
1 and 3. Exactly. I'm gonna change this to a 3. You're exactly right. 3 and 4, because I told y'all 4 beats. So you're gonna play on beats 1 and 3. Okay. Now guess what? This is how rhythm is created. Okay. Some of you say you want to create gospel music or jazz, whatever. You got to have this. All right. This is foundational stuff. All right. You got to know this stuff. Okay. All right. So whole note 1, 2, 3, 4. Half note 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Break it down to quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So what numbers will I circle?
All 4.
Oh, exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you guys are starting to get what I'm talking about. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. This is a beat. Okay. Now I can create a song off this by just using the whole notes, the half notes, or the quarter notes. Watch this. I'm gonna create a 4/4 song. Okay. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No basic, but I'm just doing C. But I'm showing you this is what it's in songs. Okay. All the songs, no matter what genre, it has a rhythm to it. So what I'm doing, I want you now, when you listen, I want you to begin to listen for these notes, okay? These rhythms that are being played, okay? All right. Now, the next one is, guys, we have 1 and the 8th notes. We'll break the 8th notes down. 2, and this is where creativity gets in. You can do a little bit more. And 3. Sorry, it looks like this.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Why is it called an 8th note if we're working on 4s?
Because it's broken down. Hold on. It's broken down.
Like I know 4 + 4 = 8, but I don't
Right.
understand the notes.
Okay, so because it's broken down from the whole note, right? Okay, then we break it
Correct.
down into the half note, then we break it down into the quarter notes, and then that quarter notes are broken down into 8th notes. So it's 2 to 1. So 8 8th notes equal or are tied to 4 quarter notes, if that makes sense. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
Okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense?
I don't know how to play it, but it makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah. So the way you would count it and play it would be like this. And we're gonna do all of this in a minute, but you will do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you can combine these once again to make your own rhythm. So check this out. Okay. Okay, so you can be creative by using those 8 notes. Now the last one, and I'm gonna break this down. Once I break it down, it'll probably make even more sense. 1 E and okay, and then that's followed by 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and these are 16th notes, okay, that are broken down from the 8th notes, okay? 16th notes. So 16th notes are a little quicker, as you see, as the notes are as you see the more notes, it's getting quicker. So for example, the 16th notes are and that 4 right here shouldn't be
So
there.
does that equal a 4 note, a whole note?
Yeah, all of these equal the whole note. It stems from the whole note. Okay. All right. It's broken down from the whole note. And it doesn't necessarily equal the whole note because the whole note gets 4 beats, but it's broken down from the whole note. So a whole note is broken down from 2 half notes, and then 2 half notes are broken down to 4 quarter notes, and then 4 quarter notes are broken down into eight eighth notes, and then eight eighth notes are broken down into 16 16th notes. So this is how rhythm is developed. So because nobody wants to hear this in a music all the time. After a while, that would be very boring. So that's why they created other notes that you can fit within that particular time signature. So all of these notes right here, you can play them in the 4/4 time signature. All of these equal up to 4 beats. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, all of these can equal up to 4 beats. All right, they're just quicker in duration and counting. Like the whole note gets 4 beats automatically. 2 half notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Broken down to quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can combine all of these, which we're about to do in a minute. You're going to create your own rhythm. Okay. All right. So just give me a second. I'm gonna switch the screen, and I'm gonna go to my piano now. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna pull my piano up, guys, and we're gonna talk about the keys on the keyboard now, and go back and talk about some of the stuff that we did. So if you look on your keyboard, you see black keys and white keys, right? So with your left hand, this is how your fingering are numbered. Your thumb is your first finger, your pointer finger is your second finger, your middle finger is your third finger, your ring finger is your fourth finger, and your pinky is your fifth finger. This is very important, okay? Especially with where we're starting off with reading music, okay? This is very important. So your thumb is your first finger, pointer finger is your second finger, middle finger is your third finger, ring finger is your fourth finger, pinky is your fifth finger. In this hand, thumb, same thing, is your first finger, pointer finger is your second finger, middle finger is your third finger, ring finger is your fourth finger, pinky is your fifth finger, okay? All right, so with that being said, we're gonna start with the 2 set of black keys, okay? So 2 set of black keys, 3 set of black keys, 2 set of black keys, 3 set of black keys, 2 set of black keys, 3 set of black keys, right? And then we go into the middle, 2 set. Now, once we get to the middle, your middle of your keyboard is where the name of your keyboard is. This is where you will identify where where the middle of your keyboard is. It's usually where the brand name is on most keyboards, okay? But if not, then it's where your belly button is, okay? It's lined up, it's in the center. So once you get to the center, you switch with your right hand, 2 set of black keys, 3 set of black keys, 2 set of black keys, 3 set of black keys, 2 set of black keys, 3 set of black keys, 2 set, 3 set. Okay, so I want everybody just to take about 30 seconds to go down the keyboard. 2 set, left hand, 3 set. 2 set, 3 set. 2 set, 3 set. Switch to the right hand. 2 set, 3 set. 2 set, 3 set. 2 set, 3 set. 2 set, 3 set. And I forgot to say, use 2 fingers, any 2 fingers right now, and then 3 fingers, okay, with your left hand and your right hand. So take about 30 seconds more, get used to that, because we're going to identify what the keys are on the keyboard next, okay? All right, good. Okay, awesome. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to start with our right hand, and then I'm going to break you out in breakout rooms, and I'm going to give you an assignment, and I'm going to come around and check with everybody briefly, okay? So with the 2 set of black keys, ladies and gentlemen, we have the notes C, D, and E. And when you're playing this, you want to play it with your thumb, okay? So before you do that, guys, I want you to hold your hands out like this, relax your shoulders, and I want you to imagine that you have a basketball, just pretend, not a basketball, but any color ball in your hand, relax your shoulders, and I want you to open your hand, but don't drop the ball. It's almost like you're palming it, okay? Yep, your fingers should be nice and curved, and I want you to place it on your keyboard. Relax your shoulders. Yep, and place it on your keyboard. And what I want you to do, I want you to put your thumb on C. Make sure your fingers are curved, okay? Your thumb should be on C. Your thumb should be on C, okay? All right, and then your second finger should be on D. Your middle finger on E. That note would be
G.
yes. To go to note number 6, we have to go another whole step, which would be
A.
A, right? To go to another whole step, we have to go to, to get to note 7, we have to go to a whole step. That note would be
B.
B, good. And to get back home, we have to go a half step, which is
C.
congratulations. You just played the C major scale. Okay? Now, you can use this for any note, okay? Somebody throw a note out there. Just give me a note real quick.
E.
E. We're going to play the E major scale. All right? Everybody put their thumb on E for me. Your thumb. Place your thumb on E for me, okay? So E. Now, to get to note number 2, we have to go a whole step. So which key are we going to play, ladies and gentlemen?
F sharp.
F sharp, right. F sharp. Okay? All right, so let me tell you about this real quick, because some of you know it already, but let's talk about sharps and flats real quick, okay? So we talked about half steps and whole steps. So this is the regular note F, right? To go up a half step, a sharp, you raise the pitch by a half step. So now this is F sharp. This black key is called F sharp. Okay? Now, if we want to go to G, to make that sharp, we go up a half step to G sharp. Okay? If we want to go from A natural to A sharp, we go up a half step. This is A sharp. Same thing with C. The C sharp, right here. Okay? We're going to go to D sharp, D sharp right here. Okay? So that's the sharps. Now, to make it flat, we go back the opposite way. So flat E, this is E. To make it flat, we go back, we go down. So this is E flat. Okay? Now, if we are D, and we want to do D flat, we go a half step, D flat, and so on. So sharps are to the right by a half step, flats are to the left by a half step. Okay, so somebody might be wondering, you might be saying, hold on, Fred. So you mean to tell me this is F sharp and G flat? Yes. This is what we call in music enharmonics. An enharmonic is where they share the same note on the keyboard, but they have a different pitch name. They have a different note name. Okay, so D sharp and E flat share the same key, but they have a different note name. Okay.
When does it start going flat versus sharp? Like, is it divided, or is it just anytime you're going this direction versus this direction?
That is a great question. So to answer your question, it depends on the music. So we haven't gotten into this yet, but we have something we call key signatures. So the key signature is at the beginning of the music. So for example, if you see all number signs like this, if you see number signs like this at the beginning of this key signature, this will let us know we are using sharps for this particular song. So then therefore we'll use all sharp names. But if you see flats like this little B here in the key signature, therefore you will name all the notes flats. Does that make sense? Okay, so you have to understand the key signature, and that's something we'll get to in a little later. But yeah, that's how you distinguish that, by looking at the sharps at the beginning of the song or the flats. Okay, but we'll get into that. Now let's go back to that E major scale to show you how you can play these scales. Okay, all right, so we're gonna start on E. Everybody put your thumb on E. And by the way, E is sharps. We're using all sharps because E consists of sharps. Okay, and I'll get in a little bit of that a little later. Okay, in our future meetings. So thumb is on E. We have to go a whole step from E, which will be what? Somebody said it already, F sharp. Second finger, right? Then we have to go to the third one, which will be what note?
G.
G what?
The black key.
Yes,
Sharp.
G sharp,
Yeah.
G sharp. Right, okay? So that's our first three notes of the E scale.
C sharp.
E, F sharp, G sharp. Now to get to the fourth note, we have to go a half step. So we'll go down, we'll put our thumb on A. Right? And then we got to go another whole step. So we're going to skip this key here and go to the B. Okay? And then to get to the sixth note, guys, we're going to have to go another whole step to the C sharp. And then we got to go another whole step. And then finally, the half step back home. And that's the E major scale. Okay, all right. So you might be saying out there, well, what's the importance of scales? And you know, this is something we're going to get later on to, but if you're thinking that, scales lead to chords, okay? Everybody know the song, well, you probably heard the song Lean on Me. So that's the melody. Now, the next step would be able to play the chords. So I play the chords, and that's actually progressions, okay? All right, I don't want to confuse you, but then that's how songs are created. So we started by learning the melody, then we played chords, which lead into progressions, and then we're playing the full song. And so forth, okay? But that's how songs are created, okay? You started with a melody, okay? All
Are
right.
you gonna go over chords again? I know you did that a little bit in those introductory lessons. Are you gonna do that? Are we gonna go over those again?
Yeah, we'll go over it. Probably not tonight, but in the future, in the next session, since you guys did this, we will go on to chords. Okay, and our next session, we're gonna talk about the major, the minor, the augmented, and diminished, and you'll be putting actual chords together. Okay.
Good.
All right. So that's gonna be our next session, but I wanted to lay a foundation. So anyone else who comes in here, I'm not going back to this stuff no more. because I did this for the last 3 sessions. Now we're going to progress. We're going to continue to progress on. Okay. All right. Okay. So just going to wrap it up real quick. I'm going to share some stuff with you guys. If you enjoyed this tonight, you know, I hope this, you know, helped you tonight in some way, some form, some shape. Because I really enjoyed myself and I really enjoyed working with you guys tonight. This was very fun. I didn't realize it was this late. That's what happens. But anyway, I do just okay, so I do. Oh. Computer started acting crazy. Okay, so I do have a 7-day piano challenge for anyone that would like to, you know, go ahead and get some further instructions. And in the 7-day piano challenge, guys, we go over all of this stuff, but it's in a 7-day period because I only have because I teach you know, throughout the week. I'm only able to do this once a month with you guys. But if you really want to go, you know, move forward in your piano journey, I would encourage you, you know, to go ahead and take the 7-day piano challenge. It's originally $47, but it's on special for the day, $21. And I'll place that in the chat for anyone that may be interested. You can check that out. And what comes with the 7-day challenge, it's after you finish the 7-day challenge. Just give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Let's see. I can't paste it. All right, but I'll get it out to you guys. So, but yeah, what's in the 7-day challenge are pre-recorded videos, and we talk about scales, we talk about chords, and we talk about progressions. So we do everything that we did here in the 7-day challenge. And like I said, it's $21 to enroll, and then you get a free 30-minute session with me as well as you finish this, and then you have lifetime access to the course as well. So you can check that out. And in the chat, I'm going to put the correct website. And what I want you to do, if you can go to this particular website and just leave your music journey online.com. Okay.
You're gonna put it
So
in the chat?
Yeah, I got it in the chat.
Okay.
Yourmusicjourneyonline.com. If you want to go there, and you know, you can go there to leave your email address, and I can send you out the affirmations that we went over, and also the replay. And then we have a Relax Just Play community as well. Well, I'll be putting different scales on that, and that's through Facebook if you want to join that as well. So you can check that out. I'm gonna try one more time. See if I can copy this. Okay, it's not working. All right, but yeah, just go to the www.yourmusicjourneyonline.com, scroll down to the bottom, and just put your email address in there, and then in the remarks you can put meetup, and then I'll know who you are, and then I can send out all this information to you. So
Great.
with that being said, does anyone have anything they want to say before we
Thank you
leave
very
off?
much.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Fred. That was great.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
You're
Hope you
quite
guys
welcome.
have a nice rest of your weekend.
Yes, yes, awesome. Well,
And
guys,
Happy New Year.
yes, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. So once again, thank you for your time tonight. I really appreciate everyone. Definitely go check out the website and let's stay connected. I will be doing this next month, same time. So if you don't want to join the 7-day challenge now, I'll see you next month. But like I said, if you want to join the 7-day challenge, let's get this rolling, and I look forward to working with you. So with that being said, go check out the yourmusicjourneyonline.com. Leave your email address there, and I'll be in contact with you this week. All right, guys. So have a great one, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.